Strategy. So make sure you're here, yeah?
That's the same.
The same. I'll have to keep dropping back.
I'll help you out.
Is it something you might be interested in? Not really?
Just here for the rain.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to number 10 Willow Avenue here in Glen Waverley. Loud enough that I got the dogs involved as well. We are Ray White Estate Agents and Auctioneers, located down the road at 303 Stevenson's Road in Mount Waverley, proudly representing this fantastic home and opportunity for this evening's bidding. Format for today's auction is fairly simple. I'm going to read through the key terms in the contract, talk through the rules, talk a bit about the home and opportunity, and then from that point forward I'll open up and call for any and all of your competitive bidding. The property we are selling is known in the contract as Lot 58 on Plan 056257 in Certificate of Title Volume 07040 Folio 918, or more commonly known to you and I as 10 Willow Avenue here in Glen Waverley. Today's sale does include all the fixtures and fittings. Everything stuck is staying with the home, which includes, of course, light fittings, floor coverings, window furnishings as well. They form part of the contract, and they'll be obviously part of the sale at the very end. We are selling obviously via a public auction whereby a 10% deposit is required. However, $20,000 will be payable this evening. The balance of that deposit can come through tomorrow and as it is the next working day. Settlement very flexible, 30, 60 or 90 on offer unless you've made prior arrangements with Jay or any of our other agents, of course. We will honour those arrangements as well. The rules for this evening's auction will be that the auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available before the start of tonight's auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors do have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bids on request, and the law prohibits false bids, major disruptions by bidders, and bidders preventing others from bidding and provides fines for such conduct. The rules tonight do permit vendor bids. The words during the auction are used to make a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bidden by law only as the auctioneer can make a vendor bid. Pretty straightforward with the rules and the terms, but if you've got any other questions, please raise your hand, talk to our agents as well. I've got Wade at the back there, Zach's there too, Jay's there, all on hand to help you with your bidding this evening or any questions you may have in regards, of course, to the contract at Section 32. Before I get underway, I want to talk to you about the home and opportunity that is on offer this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, what an opportunity for many different reasons. Over 700 square metres of land is the first opportunity that you get to work with. You can either build a large home, perhaps get plans and permits and build two down the track if you'd like to, of course, subject to council approval. Great opportunity to do that too. But of course, as you can see around you, large homes tend to be the focal point, and with a block size like this, you can certainly build a large home mirroring some of the neighbours that are around you here. Location, absolutely A1, Glen School Zone, of course, Glendale Primary School Zone as well, two of the best education centres in the southeast that you're going to be entitled to go to, or your kids are going to be entitled to go to if you're lucky enough to purchase as well, which also spells capital growth, because over time this is one of those protected areas. This is your time in the market to be able to purchase and invest in a property like this as well. You can rent the property out in its current condition. It's had some updates. It's got dual living zones, the front and towards the back as well. The kitchen's had an update over time. The bathroom's a little bit more modern as well. Bedroom's very generous as well. And as I said before, over 700 square metres and an 18-metre frontage means you've got plenty to work with for now and into the future. But to have it, to be able to secure it and sign contracts with us in the next 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to need to call out your bids nice and loud, or have my staff do it for you, and make sure that you put yourself in the box seat to buy before I knock it down. How I sell the property, I call it 3 times. First, second, third, final call, when the hammer hits the contract, the property is deemed sold. I cannot take a bid or offer after that takes place, so make sure that you have called out your bid nice and loud and secured. Willow Avenue, bidders, buyers, in your hands. You start me where you like. I'll be guided by you. In your hands from here. You start me where you're comfortable. I'll be guided by you, as will the owners. Prefer you to start, otherwise I have to start, but it's up to you first. I'll kick things off if I need to, but prefer you to start. Give you a moment or two. You can jump forward. You're going to need to bid at some point to buy it, so you might as well start. I'll kick things off then on a bid at 1,500,000. We'll start from there to make it nice and easy. I can take a rise of 50 from there is what I'd like to do at 550 from there. Hey, 1,500,000 now, and a vendor bid with me, and 550 is what we take from here. Hey, 1,500,000 now, 550 from here. Hey, 1,500,000 now, 550 puts you in front, puts you in the box seat to buy here this evening. Need to call out your bid and let me know that you want to be in that box seat. Let me know you want to be in the front running. And at very worst, you get to come and negotiate with us. Hey, 1,500,000 now, first call. Hey, 1,500,000. Second call. Hey, 1,500,000. Third. Final call. Oh, finish, silent, done. 5-5, I had his hand first though. Okay. I have to take it there. He had his hand up first, he just didn't voice it, but I got it now. 550 is your bid. You can take me to 1.6 though. 1.6, straight away 1.6, 650 if you want. 1.6 is there. Hey, 1,600,000 now in front here. 650 if you like. 6 is there. At 1,600,000 now with our ladies here in front, there in front, in the box seat to buy now at 1.6 is the 650 if you like here. Up to you and against you. At 1,600,000 here. 650 if you want. Put yourself in the box seat at 1.6 is here. Just the two of you in it. That's the best place to be. 50-50 chance right now. At 1,600,000 here. In front now, the ladies, I get to work with them. If there's no better bid, make that crystal clear. 165 at 1,650 is the bid here, and there's your competition on my right hand side. Ladies against you now at 1.7. Jay's getting instructions there. 165 is the bid. At 1,650,000 now. At 1,650,000 is the bid. 650 in front now. You can place your bid or offer from here. At 1.7. 1.7 straight back now. 1,700,000 here, Jay. At 1.7 is the bid. At 1,700,000 and against our party here. Strong bid from here will be 750. At 1.7 is the bid. 1.7's here in front though. They've got the box seat, so we need to be in front to get it anyway. Let alone settlement terms at 1.7's the bid. At 1,700,000 now. In front. Against our party here or here if you want to jump back in, but at 1.7 they're in front now.
We are on the market and selling.
25.
On 725. 725, 750. If you want to do the same, I can take a 25 and go to 750. 725 is the bid in front here. On the market and selling, as he said, at 1,725,000. Just getting some breathing room.
175.
1,750. At 1,750 is on my right now, and in front, keys over to the ladies here. At 1,750,000 is the bid. In front now and against our party here at 1,750,000 now. Give you some thinking time. Was that a wave up the back? Was that a bid? Are you sure? You nearly bought a house. At 760. We'll go on 10s, but a strong bid might be the way to go. 760's there. My advice straight to 1.8.
65.
65. 765.
It's money.
770, no lower than 5s, but 770. 775, it has to be at 770 is the bid. At 1,775.
Yes.
775. 780.
Yep.
780.
270吧，85。
My advice, go straight to 1.8. 780 is the bid, but if you go 1.8, maybe that's the strong bid. And 780 is the bid here. What about we go to 1.8? It's my suggestion.
85.
785, you taking me up on the offer. 785, same suggestion here. 785.
95.
790.
179.
We might get there anyway. At 1,790,000.
1.8.
1.8. 805. Do we go? 1.8's the bid here. Ladies have it now. I'll check in with you in a moment or so. Have that last conversation. We'll buy some time for you at 1.8. I'll check over here. Are we done and finished? Are we coming back in? 1.8's the bid. Have that discussion now as we get to the pointy end at 1.8 with the ladies here. 805's the next bid I can take, or better if you like. Give the guys on the right hand side some time to think as well, up the back as well. If there's any interest, we need to know now before we start to count it down and knock it down. At 1,800,000, final moments. Checking in with all parties, need to know.
5.
805. 805. 806. 807. At 1,807. At 1,807's here. Getting instructions from here, but 807's the bid. 808. 810. 810 the bid. At 1,810 here.
11.
811. 812. At 1,812. 812 for short. 1,812.
815.
815 we rounded up. 16 he comes back. 816.
820.
820. 821. At 1,821. At 1,821,000 here. 1,821. Where do we go, ladies, from here?
830.
830. Good bid.
31.
831. Just like Tennessee comes back now with the backhand at 831. 831 now. Your next move.
32.
832. 833.
他肯定要，这已经上市了，肯定要。
At 1,833.
不是假的。
And against our ladies over here.
3。
833.
35.
835. 836.
3。
At 1,836,000 now with gentlemen in the front against the ladies on my right. 836. Give them a moment. All other parties have got time to think as well. At 1,836 is the bid. Against our ladies here. Clock is ticking. Check in 836. We are 830.
850.
850.
Yes.
Round up. 851. He comes straight back. At 1,851. Thank you for your strong bid, ladies, but he's still with you here. 851. At 1,851,000 in front here. We get ready to count it down if there's no better bid. Last chance now, all parties 851. First. At 1,851,000 we are selling.
860.
860. 61 straight away. Is anticipating it. At 1,861, that's how to buy property though. At 861, he's still in front. Up to the ladies for the next move now at 861, a game of chess we're having here. At 861 is the bid, 1,861,000. Give you a moment before we start to count it down again. At 1,861,000. 862. 863. At 1,863,000. At 1,863,000. First call. At 1,863,000. Second call.
84. 64.
Confuse me.
864.
865. 865. At 1,865,000. Down to the last and to the wire at 1,865,000 in front here.
870.
870. 871. At 1,871,000. First call again at 171.
890.
890.
80.
880. I take that back. 880. You could still throw the 1 on top of the 90 though. 880. 1,880,000. A pause and a hush now tells you something at 880 now. Still with my ladies here at 880. He's having a think. At 1,880,000. With you still. Give them some time also to talk and decide. It's a big decision as I did the ladies. We'll give the family here some time. At 1,880,000 in front now. We count it down in a moment or so. 881. At 1,881,000 the bid here. Suggest again it needs to be a strong bid perhaps to separate all parties, but at 881, gentlemen's in front there having a chat now. Give you a few more seconds, then we count it down. At 1,881,000 in front here.
82.
882. 883.
5.
885. 1,885,000. At 1,885,000. Another discussion. At 1,885,000, the bid on my right now. The ladies, it swings back in their favour. At 885,000's the bid. Do we go another bid? Perhaps a stronger bid, sir, might be the way to go. At 885,000's the bid now. 885,000. Do we go straight to 890? First, at 1,885,000 here, the ladies have it now. Second call, at 1,885,000. We done 100% sure. At 1,885,000, I'll give you another moment to check back in. You can still stop me before I knock it down at 1,885,000. A few more seconds to make a final decision. Have a quick chat, look into each other's eyes and see if you still want it or not at 1,885,000. First call, 886. At 1,886,000 on my left. 887. 887. 888. 1,888,000. At 1,888,000.
890.
890. 895. 1,895,000. At 1,895,000 the bid. Ladies again just checking in at 1,895,000 is the bid. Need to know. 1.9. 1.9 heard over here first. 1.9 the bid. That's 1,900,000 up the back. 1.9. New bidder. At 1.9 up the back, he comes in late to steal the show. Could still be more in it from other parties though, so we need to know. 1.9 up the back against my ladies here. My party on the left here. In front if we're out, we'll still double check. At 1.9's the bid there. I'll give everyone a little bit of time after that bid just to make their final decisions and we'll round up and double check. But at 1.9, ladies, are we done?
Not yet.
Okay.
Let them have fun.
On this side. Are we still in or around in front? Are we done? I'm not sure. They're in front at 1.9. They're a bit undecided, probably looking at you, and you're looking at them to decide who's going to do it. One of you going to do it. Whoever's bravest does it. When I start to count it down, so someone needs to jump in. 1.9. Head 1,900,000. First. Second. Third. Final. 91. 901. 901. 902. 905.
购买它掉了，但是你下次再给你这附近出块
905. At 1,905,000. Where do we go, sir, from here? 906. 906. At 1,906,000. At 1,906,000. 906. At 1,906,000. First call. At 1,906,000. Second call. Third. 907. At 1,907,000. 910. 910. At 1,910,000.
911.
911. At 1,911,000. Maybe a stronger bid, perhaps. We need to go to a big one. 912. 912, ladies. At 1,912,000. First call. At 1,912,000. Second call. At 1,912,000.
13.
913. 913. The rain stopped, it's gone quiet, we can all hear each other now. 913's the bid there. Do we go round it up to 915? 913's here. 915, they round it up. At 1,915,000 now on my left hand side here. First call. At 1,915,000. Second call. At 1,915,000. Third. Final call.
920.
920. At 1,920,000. Strong bids, perhaps the way to go. My suggestion's 930. A good $10,000 rise might do the trick. I can't promise it the way it's been going, but 920 is where we stand at the moment. At 1,920,000. 925. Do we go 930 straight back? At 1,925,000.
26.
926. Still with us at 926 now. At 1,926,000 the bid. Against our gentleman here. At 1,926,000. Taking suggestions and strategy at 1,926,000. 927. At 1,927,000. On my left here, 1,927,000's the bid. Ladies, do we just go straight to 930? At 1,927,000, first call.
930.
930. Again, my suggestion is probably go on those bigger round numbers. It might do the trick either side. At 1,930,000 is the bid there. 940 is my suggestion. At 1,930,000 on my right hand side though, ladies are in front again. Against our gentleman here.
Another one.
931. At 1,931,000. 931.
32.
932. Again, it's going to take more than ones to shake each other off. At 932 is the bid. At 1,932,000. Wade, Zach, the better suggestions, the stronger bids, perhaps the way to go. At 1,932's there.
35.
935. At 1,935. At 1,935.
36.
36. 936. 1,936 is here.
940.
940. 1,940. Good bid. At 1,940,000, ladies. Sorry, we couldn't keep you here. 940.
41.
941. At 1,941. At 1,941. Where do we go? Finished. Sure. 100%. Alright, 1,941,000. I appreciate you bidding if that is the case, but you've still got time to stop me and all other parties at 1,941,000. Otherwise, the ladies are in front here and they're taking away the prize. And the keys at 1,941,000. Unless you stop me either. First call at 1,941,000. Second call at 1,941,000. 100% done on my left, my right, the back, done, finished. Can't convince you even for another 1,000 at 1,941,000. I'm going to knock it down. First call. Second call. Third, final call at 1,941,000. We are selling
950.
Good bid. 950. He likes the theatre. 1,950,000.
51.
951. At 1,951,000. At 1,951,000. I check again. This time. You said that last time. Last time. 100% sure. When I said 100% before, more. At 1,951,000, I appreciate you bidding if that is the case again, though we thank you at 1,951,000 again. Ladies in front. First call. Second call. Third. Final call. At 1,951,000. Selling. Selling.
Wait.
I will never trust you again, sir. At 1,951,000, you need to be very, very, very quick, though. At 1,951,000, I need to know 120%. Are we done? The ladies want to grab their keys. In or out, I need to know. I've got to give you about 10 seconds before I wrap it up out of courtesy anyway at 1,951,000. If there's nothing left in it, I've got to go here. First call. Second call. Hush comes over the crowd. At 1,951,000. Pressure's on him. Third. Final call. All finished, silent, and done at 1,951,000. I've given you ample time. I'm going to have to cut it there. The phone number says no.
52.
952. 1,952,000.
3.
953. Now, sir, we've got to have trust issues, you and me. At 1,953,000, do we go any further again? At 1,953,000, we count it down again. 58, 58, 958. Do you need to go to 960? At 1,958,000. Do we go to 960?
960.
960. Round it up. Nice, I like it. 1,960,000. I don't know who you called, but I'd love to have that phone number in my phone as well. It allows me to finance a bit more, but at 1,960,000, ladies are still back in front. Are we in or out, sir? Are we done? At 1,960,000. First call. At 1,960,000. Second call. $1,960,000. Third. Final call. All finished, silent and done. Selling. Selling. Congratulations. We are sold. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending the Warnak fantastic weekend.
婷婷，咱俩直接电话。好，好，你先忙。哎，是有漏水，没事。